Okay, so you should be able to see yourself. All right. So, how many do you take ballet each week?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's see how we do. And what grade are you in?
I'm going to 6.
You're going into 6th? Oh, okay. Okay, so we're going to start facing the bar. All right. Why don't you just go to the other side so you can see? Yeah. All right, so we're going to do 1 and 2. Turn in, turn out, and point. Press to 4. Drag the leg in. Then we're going to do arch toe, tendu, arch toe, tendu, and brush that into plie. From that plie, we go out to the second, flex, turn in, turn out, point, place second, drag, feeling that inner thigh muscle, arch toe, tendu, arch toe, tendu, and then we do the same thing to the back. Then after you do it front side back, you're going to plie, you're going to quarter bras over to the side, another deep plie, and you're going to releve balance. Bring the other arm up and balance. Lower through straight knees, and up. Okay? If you're not sure, please stop, because if you don't know it, let's not do it. Okay, let's just hear the beginning of the music first. 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, drag it in, arch toe, tendu, arch toe, tendu, brush and plie, okay? And then we do it side and back. All right, let's do it. Here we go. 6, 7, arms at the bottom. And 1, 2, turn in, turn and good. Arch toe point. Now push that heel forward. Now feel your inner thighs drag it closed. Good. Arch toe. Tendu. Arch toe. Tendu. Brush into plie. Brush out from there to second. 2. Good. In. Out. Point. Place. Drag it. Good. And arch toe. Tendu. Brushing that floor, including on the way back in. Brush in, brush out. Let me look straight ahead of the bar. Square your hip. As your hips sway up the hips. Drag it in. Arch toe. Tendu derriere. And again. Arch toe. 6. Go. Yeah. You're gonna plie your right arm. Open it. Bend to the side. And releve up. Take the other arm up. Reach those fingertips tall. Relax the fingers. Gonna keep the arms up. So lower through straight knees. And then up and over to second. Okay, then over to second arms. Then jump up. Okay, stay right there. I feel like you're rolling forward. Feel your little toes in the place you should be standing. You're standing rolling over, which is going to cause ankle problems and other stress reactions. So every time you stand on the floor, I want you to feel your little toe on the floor. Press those little toes in, that pulls your arch up. And the other thing, you're crushing your calves, so let's separate your heels slightly. Good, now you can stretch your calves more fully. Now pull your belly button muscle up and in, and roll your shoulders down and back. And think of a nice long neck through the whole exercise, okay? Second side like that, standing like that. So your body looks different. Okay, here we go. 6, 7, 8. Tendu. Big flex. Now, other thing. When you point and flex, you're doing it in like 2 dimensions. You're just doing flex, point. I want to see flex through the arch, like when you use the TheraBand. There's a resistance of the band, and then the toe, and then resist the toe through the arch and the flex. So it's more 3-dimensional.
There's more dimension, more articulation. So it doesn't just go flex, point. It goes flex, arch, toe, point, arch, toe, flex, okay? Now, depending on how fast the music is, that's how fast you flex point. But do we understand the 3-dimension, the added? Okay. Articulation, here we go. 6, 7, 8. Brush, arch, toe, arch, in. Yes. Arch, toe, exactly. Press that heel forward. Now feel your little toes. You drag the leg back. Good. And 1, 2. And tendu to front again. Arch, toe. Tendu. Good. Now we do it second. 1. Good. Now this right hip. Pull that thigh open. Good. Make sure your shoulders and your hips are facing that bar. Drag it and feel those inner thighs. Arch, toe. Resist through the floor. Like you're trying to get some gum off the bottom of that shoe and it's sticking on that hot day. Plie from that plie, brush out. Okay. So here's what you're doing. So you're taking plie and then you're sticking the right tail out and turning your head like that and distorting your whole body. Okay? So I think what you're trying to do is use your épaulement, but you're using too much below. So as you go from this plie, keep the tail, the left part of the tail, right part of the tail underneath you, keep square, and if you want to look or tilt the head, which I don't think you should be doing just yet, just standing nice and tall, because we need to get the straight body first, so you don't want to stick that out, okay? So show me your plie. From that plie, brush straight back, excellent, okay? Other thing, from your tendu, brush from way out there into your plie, and then as you go into the next tendu, we stretch our knees at the same time, as opposed to what you're doing is you going straighten and then tenduing. So from here, so when you're in plie, try to stretch both knees at the same time. Yes, okay? So let's do it to the back. So we're at the sequence to the back. 6, 7, 8, and 1. Flex 2. Turn in, much better. Arch, toe. Now lift to that 4. Now feel that inner thighs to where your hips to face the bar. Yes, now keep them there. Arch, toe. Tendu back. Now that whole upper right thigh. Keep it. Turn down against the left. Tendu. Now rush into plie. Now from there, stretch. Curve the elbow. And you're leaning away from it. Keep your middle and just bend the upper torso. More. Bend, bend. Reach, reach. Okay? Now big plie. And up. Alright. Now make sure your hip bones are way up underneath you. Turn the palms to face the floor. Now lower through straight knees. Find those inner thighs. Now feel the little toes on the floor. There. Open your arms to second. Let them trickle down. And then reshape. Okay, good. Good. Okay, your muscles are responding well to the corrections. Nice. Okay, our plies. So left hand at the bar. Preparation. Demi and straighten. Demi to the middle and hold. So it goes demi, straighten, demi, and straighten. Rise and open and in, and I look to it and lower. Grand plie, 6, 7, 8. Then port de bras over the bar and to second. Demi in, demi stretch, rise and lower, rise and lower. Grand plie, port de bras to the center, and then rond to fourth. In fourth, we're going to port de bras forward. That's the only difference. And in fifth, the only difference is back. Okay, and then we're going to take a susu, and we're going to look out from our bar up into our wrist that's high. Okay, so left hand at the bar to start. Show me that first position evenly turned out with a little space between the heels so you can really stretch your calf muscles. Good, now your tail is slightly back. Yes, so I like to think of taking my belly button muscle and pulling it up, which pulls my tail underneath me. Yes, there's where you want to be standing. Yes, and over time you'll lengthen your legs by standing nice and straight. Here we go. arm in and bend in. Stretch. Debbie. Hold and lift. Relevate through the head out. Bring it in. Straight leg out. Now lower through straight knees. Grand plie. 2. Debbie. 3. Go. And forward robin over your bar. 6. Taunt you to second. Go. And Debbie. Stretch. Debbie. Arm on up. Now follow the arm open. Follow the arm in. Follow the arm open. Now keep it open. There you go. Now turn your head and follow your arm as grand plie. 7. Good. Now forward brow away. Very nice. Now show me how you transition. Good. And 1. Grab the bar more forward. And stretch. Relevate, turn the head out. And dip. Out. Turn the head, grand plie. Over, kiss toes. Lengthen through flat back, long knee. And 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good. And turn the head out. And dip. Turn the head out. Good. Now keep it out. Now follow that arm with grand plie. Stand up straight through your back. And we're going to cobra back. Now turn your head and look into your wrist. Okay, let's do that cobra again. Come back. Okay, what I saw you do first is you pitched your hips forward. This part of your pelvis, hips do not move. It's just the upper back. So put your hands here at your front and back. And now cobra and turn your head, just your upper back. Turn your head. Okay, you shouldn't feel any pressure into those hands. Did you feel a little bit of pressure? Okay, you should feel nothing. It's just your upper back, so you won't be able to go as far. That's it, maybe that's it right now, if that's proper. Here's what it looked like before. Pitching like that, okay? All right? When you do your grand plie, so I'm standing here. Arm has to come along the thigh to the bottom. Yes, and then it comes up through the middle. Okay, now the next thing is, here's the angle of your back. I need you to be here. Good, now stand back straight. Now do it following my arm right here. Do that same grand plie with that back straight. Excellent. Yes, you probably feel that in your thighs a little more, right? Yeah, but we don't want to be pitching here because what happens is the knees turn in then. You can't turn out if you pitch forward. Okay. All right, second side. So right hand at the bar. Okay, I don't feel like your feet are the same. Go to parallel for me. Okay, now pull your pelvis underneath you. Now in 1 count, press your heels together. Good. Don't pitch your hips back. Good. Now always make sure the angle of both feet are even. One's going to feel like it could turn out easier, but we can't just have an uneven. It has to be what I call symmetrical even. Okay? All right? As opposed to asymmetrical uneven. Okay, so there we are. Now pull your hips underneath you. There you go. Now roll the shoulders down and back and lift your chin line. Okay, let's start. Good. Reset your arm. Unfold the joints. And 1. Nice. That's the perfect head forward. Good. I like it. Debbie. Through the middle. Good. And 2 rises. Rise. And keep the arm. And grand plie. Now stand up straight. There you go. Debbie. Now really follow your arm. Look to it. Really look to it. No, you didn't look to it. So you don't want to have a sense that your arm is someone else, because what you did is you just kind of did this, like you had no idea what your arm was doing. What I want you to do is follow it so you are fully connected to it, to those shapes. See, that has a lot more meaning to the audience and more ability to express, okay? Your side arm in second is too far behind you. Your elbows never want to go behind your back. They always want to be sloping forward of your back, okay? So where I'm standing here, you need to see your elbow a little bit. Bring your arm forward. A little more. There. That's your second, okay? So it's not directly to the side. Hugging a big beach ball, if you were to hug a ball, you wouldn't be back here. You'd have your elbows over here to hug that big beach ball, okay? Let's try that again. Separate first. 3, 6, 7, 8. Arm in. Out. Down. Now hold it in the middle. Press and turn the head open. Lift it in. Press, hold, lift down. Good. Now turn the head. Now follow your arm. Now stand up tall as you rock the ankle. 7. Very nice. 8. Now look to it. Good. Tendu second. And arm in. Bend that elbow. Unfold the elbow. And bend that elbow all the way in till fifth. Unfold. Now hold it there. Good. Turn the head wider second though. Okay. So what you're doing with your ankles, you're gonna really hurt those ankles right there, okay? So when I'm gonna bend my knees, notice on my feet don't move at all. And what you're doing is you're twisting on you and doing those kind of things, partly because your second was too short. Open the second wider. Now, just keep the ankles where they are and just bend the knees and grand plie all the way down. That's it. Okay, you cannot move those ankles, okay? That's gonna hurt you, all right? Make sure that the grand plie, the arms are coming all the way along the thigh, all the way down, and then to the middle. Show me all the way down along the thigh, and then to the middle. There you go. Okay, so let's start in second. Are your heels on the same line? One's behind the other. Yeah, so what I mean is, like, when you were standing, see how one of my heels is behind the other? They want to be on the same exact line. All those little, we call discrepancies, little things can mess up your technique. A little tiny bit here, a little tiny bit there, it adds up. Okay, so in second. Toes on the floor. 7. Push your hips forward. And 1. Keep your hip bones into that mirror. Jamming. And press. Bend that elbow. Elbows bend. Let your elbow do what it does. Now keep it open as you lower. Now standing straight, do not move your ankles. So that's as far as you can go. Arm all the way down along the thighs, then up to the middle. And this is away from your mark, that's okay. Tendu second, grand de jambe to 4. Okay, so the way you should do this is from second. You first have to get up on the leg in second with a pointed foot. Then once you've gotten up on your leg, then grand de jambe it. What you kind of did is you kind of did things together and you just slid it across. That's not proper weight transfer in the center, and it doesn't lead to that perfect gracefulness. So here I am on 2 legs. I say, my brain says, get on one leg, and then take that one leg and grand de jambe it, and then transfer my weight between these 2 legs. So see that empty space between your feet? That's where your weight is right now. Okay, so let's start here and forth with the music. Release tight more in. Good. And demi. And straight. En bas. Middle fifth and hold. Keep it there. Open it. Bring it in. Open it. And keep it there. Go. Now straight back. Now arm along the thigh, all the way along the thigh, to the middle. Good. Now we're going to look into the wrist and then kiss the toes. Know which way to go here forward. That's okay. So now you're in fourth. What I was saying here is you look at your wrist until the very end and then kiss the toes. Look at this, wrist, kiss the toes. And then, okay, now what happened here, you had a nice frame here, and then your arm or your head moved before the arm. they have to stay together. Does that make sense? So they're more connected. So you're down. Now, your head and your arm come back together. Excellent. Now drop the tail under. There you go. Now, tendu. Close fit. Yep, see how you said one leg, I'm on this leg, and now wait both. Okay, now let's start from fifth. Reset, unfold the joints. Demi in and out. Down through the middle and hold. Now unfold as you rise. Go. As you lower gently back onto the glass floor, now stand up straight. You're pitching forward. Two, all the way along the thigh, to the middle fifth. Good. Now we follow the arm all up. Now remember the pelvis, it doesn't pitch, just the upper back. Yes, so for now you're not going to feel like you can go very far. If you please, susu, and as you susu in the mirror, I want you to see one toe and two heels. So you want to cross enough. Cross even more. Yes, there you go. You want that much cross. Bring those up. You take a turn. And then take toward A. Keep going around. Now release the front leg slightly. And as you plie. Okay, so to plie, out of this susu, you had a nice straight body. And then when you went to plie, you pitched your angle like this. So you can't turn those legs out. So you're straight here, nicely, Brooklyn, and then release the front leg and plie straight down with a straight body as well. Plie straight down and stand up nice and tall, nice and straight. Now square the inside shoulder, so you make a, there you go. Now lift your chin diagonally up and out, and there's your finish. Okay, so you knew what I meant by square the inside shoulder, right? Okay, good. Okay, so just, good news is it's on video, so if you don't remember everything, it's there. Tendus. First tendu first, through the en bas, through the en avant, diagonal same thing to the back, doing it en bas, front side, back side. Then you're going to roll through the feet, you're going to cross fifth, you're going to turn in fifth, heel the back foot, and you're going to do 4 tendu relevés, coupe derrière, and then balance the last one. Okay, so left hand at the bar, you're in first, tendu in and out, tendu first, front side back. Face your bar and your tendu relevés in coupe derrière. 6, 7, 8. 1, turn in, turn out, where tendu, tendu. Nice. Second. 1, 2. Okay, so what I didn't like is arm went and then the leg went, and they should go together like a really happy friends. On. Other thing is this was a little too sharp. It looked like someone hit your arm and it went like that. Okay? So lift up and gently place it in its second. Up and gently place it. And if the music's fast, then you have to place it a little bit quicker. Okay, so let's try the tendu to second now. Well, actually, let's go back to the beginning. 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Brush into, yes. Good, you got it. Yep, you take directions well. 6, you delete that left little toe. 1, turn in, turn out. Show me the articulation, arch toe through the floor. Second, 1, 2, 3, 4. Arch toe, show me the arch toe. Arch toe, yes. Now plie for the feet. Forward for the arch. Cross fifth. Turn in fifth. Heel the back leg. Tendu, releve, hold again. Down and up. Good. Long neck. 2. Arms stay up. Cross your fifth. Cross the fifths. Turn to the other side. And plie without pitching forward. All right. Okay. Not bad. Let's see. One thing I saw. So from the second, and you closed. Okay. So now I'm going to take my arm to arabesque. Can't swing across. It has to come through the en bas, through the en avant, and then unfold. So show me that. So you're closing in fifth, and tendu. Good. Now remember that articulation of the arch toe, arch toe? I need to see that demi-point, point, demi-point, close. Demi-point, and I'm not seeing that dimension. Demi-point, demi-close. Arch toe, yes, excellent. So in faster motion, that's what you're doing, always. You're not just pointing and flexing, all right? Let's do second side. Okay, heel to toe, very nice. You got it, Pelvis is up and underneath you. There you go. Yes, so you're trying to take those thighs and make them perpendicular to the floor, not pitched back. So where those hip bones are, they have to be up and forward. Okay, here we go. 6, present, high, fifth. 1, 2. Show me arch toe as you close. Arch toe, arch toe, arch toe. Good. Now, how's the arm gently open? 2, 3, ferme. Arch toe, arch toe, arch toe. Keep that right thigh. And excellent. Good. And arch toe, keep these straight. Good. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Arch toe, arch toe, arch toe. Wait. And plie, stand up straight as you force through the arch. Cross in fifth, turn in fifth. Cross coupe, derriere, fondu, releve, hold. Good, again. Now push down to the floor, get real long with that left thigh. 2 more. Fondu, releve. Keep the bevel of the back foot. 2 more. And then one at a time, bringing those arms up, but holding that middle. Keep the demi-point all the way up. Don't lower on that demi-point. I'd rather you fall. Okay, you have to fight for that. Okay, come back and hold your bar. Look where your right knee is. Make coupe again for me. Yes, see, that's where your knee is. Your knee was facing me when you started to balance. So what does that mean? So you lost your turn. So there's 10 proficiencies in dance, all kinds of dance, whether modern, jazz, lyrical, or ballet. And one of the proficiencies is turnout. Okay, so we talked about how the arm comes to arabesque. Now, from arabesque, how does it go back to second? It doesn't do what you did, which is that. Okay, so the arms have definite positions as well. So it's going to go back to the en avant, and then it's going to unfold. It can't do that. Choreography, sure, but proper technique, no. So from the high, it can lift open, or it can come through the en avant and open. There are different ways. From the second, it comes through the en bas, en avant, and then it must come, and I like to call this also the gateway, because you go through this position in the middle a lot, come through the gateway, and unfold. And that has a nice flow and proper shapes, proper classical, and even other dance. Okay? All right, let's go on. 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Plie, out, plie, en bas. 1, 2, 3, 4. Plie, out, plie, stretch. And then from here, I'm going to open back out to second, right? And then we're going to sous-sus, face the bar. This time you're going to feel coupe des mains. You're going to do 4 palms with foot in front. Okay. Now when I say force through the arch, you're going to do demi, force the arch, stand straight, which I know you've done, right? Yep. And cross fifth, turn in fifth, and peel the front leg. Yep. Okay. You good? Okay, let's try it. Left hand at the bar. Okay. Yeah. One, two. So on each count, 1, 2, 3, 4. Plie 5, stay in plie, and that makes an 8. So your sequence is 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, stretch 8. And you're gonna do that on clock. The same thing front side, back side. You got it. Okay. Here we go. There you go. Good. Yes, arm and leg together. Yes. Plie. And stretch. Arm and leg together. Soft the plie. Out. Plie. Close it back. Second. Face the bar, hold the cross, heel coupe devant, 7, lock 5, on 2, releve, hold, good, 3 more times, on 2, releve, hold, left heel, right heel, on 2, releve, hold. Now, the right toe, bring it up a little higher so it's not, yes, so it's above the ribbons of your supporting leg. And take it all day long. And now feel both of your sides even as you reach up and make susu. For the fifth, it's susu, arms high. Fingertips reach and turn to the other side. And keep the back toe up and push forward. Go back again, susu. Around. Now as you plie, keep your shoulders over your hips. Yes. So now you stay tall. The only thing that happens is you get closer to the ground, but you don't get shorter. So where you made the mistake is you did the back and then repeat exactly same exercise to the side. And you kind of change the exercise. All right? Here we go. Second side, right hand at the bar. 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Plie 5. Out 6. Plie 7. Stretch it. 1, 2, 3. There you go. 4. Plie 5. Out. Plie 7. Good. Arm and 1, 2, 3, 4. Plie 6, 7. Same thing. Stop. 1. Close front. Out. Arm on bottom. Plie susu. Cross the fifth. Turn in the fifth. Now the other leg should say front. Yes, see if you cross it, it's front. Now heel to coupe devant. 5, 6, lock and turn it. And plie, releve, hold. Biggest plie every time break, Brooklyn. 2 more. On 2, releve. Good. 1 more. Take your time and make your balance. Good. Now take your fifth, susu. Now get taller as you come around your middle. Susu. Good. Taller and stay tall here. Yes. You bend your knees, but you're still tall. Okay. What you're doing when you're taking your leg to the second, your inside thigh is twisting with it. Okay, you gotta hold this thigh and knee over that toe. So your left thigh has to hold its turn out as you tendu the right leg to the second. Okay, so I think if you look at your fifth position, the angle of your front foot, follow that line out to your second. No, what you're doing is going back behind you. And I can't come over and fix you physically. Normally I would do more physical fixing, but obviously we can't right now. So if you look at the angle, if you follow that angle out to your second. Yes, there you go. Now pull your left thigh back towards me. Your left thigh. Yes. Now push your hips underneath you. Okay, so now you're holding your turnout. Feel your little toe. Yes, see, there you go. Now you're not hurting your body. You're structurally placing everything. If you place everything, it's not that easy to get injured. So what you were doing is you were taking this leg and just sticking it back here, which was twisting this leg. Does that make sense? Okay, so what I'm asking is you hold the turnout of the support leg against the turnout of the working leg. All right, do we do both sides? Mm-hmm. Yes.
Balance up, finish it in. So in, 2, 3, 4,
peek, peek in, peek, peek in. Other leg, 2, 3, 4. Peek, peek in, peek, peek in. Rise 8, 2, 2, 2, 2. Stay up, finish. Okay, with a pleated finish this time. Okay, so one little finger between those heels. There you go. Now, you feel you can straighten your knees better? Or at least your calves and everything? Okay, now feel your little toes on the floor. Now in the mirror, are your shoulders directly over those hips? There you go. Now let's do it. And in, 2, 3, 4. Peek, peek in, peek other side. And in, 2, reach it, 3, point it. Now look at your hip bone, right hip bone. And rise up, lift down, rise up, lift down. Good back to first one. Gently back down to the glass floor. Now stay up at first. Now you're going to shake those arms. Fingertips touch the ceiling and then plie. And straighten. Keep that little bit of space in those heels. There. That's where you want to be for first. Okay. A little tentative on the left foot. Okay, so it was a little quiet, too quiet. Okay, a little stronger, more aggressive. Okay, here we go. Now start the other leg first. 6, 7, 8, and 1 foot, 2 foot, 3 foot, 4. Okay, let's stop. As you're ding-a-jang that left leg, touch your right hip bone for me. Okay, that hip bone was facing more towards my red table, so you weren't holding that turnout, okay? You can't let that twist because that torques your knee and your ankle, and over time you'll have an injury. Okay, do you understand the correction? Okay. Here we go. Rising up, gently down. Control gently down. Think of the glass floor, don't break the glass. Get that stay up at first. Now feel ankles, calves, thighs, core, turns. You're going to sculpt the space. And you're going to up and open with the arms, big plie. Hold the arms. And then we turn the wrists and let the arms trickle down. You're done. Good. And you finish it perfect. There you go. Yep, that's exactly. Eventually you'll be able to get longer through your legs by not crushing them together. Fifth, 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 back. Fifth, 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 and wait. Fifth, fifth, to turn your head over your bar as you plie. You're going to releve, look straight in front of you. You're going to open the arm and follow it, and you're going to allonge and lift the chin and the chest. Show me one of those. Bring the arm through the en bas, and then up. You're going to releve though. Follow the arm and lift the chin and chest. Good, you can do that 4 times. And the 4th one, bring them high, en haut, and balance. So we go 5th and 5th and 5th coupe. 5th and 5th and 5th and wait. Back and back. And same thing side, okay? And the accent on the count, which we'll talk over later classes, is in. Okay, the urgency is closing on the count into 5th. There we go. 7, 8, and 5th, 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 coupe, and in, coupe, no, go, in, coupe, and plie, spring up, turn the head, follow it again, plie, up, plie, one more, plie, bring the arm all the way to high 5th, hold bar for me, get high on the demi-point, way up, as high as you can, and don't let that left heel drop, try to balance it way up there, stay up, Susu, turn, way up tall, and now keep tall as you plie. Yes, okay. Each time you do the plie to releve, don't bring the arm in a diagonal across here. Bring it to the en bas, all the way down. All the way to the low. There you go. Yes, and make sure the palm turns. So you're here. This is en bas, the low 5th. Turn the palm. There you go. Now from there you go wherever you're going to go. Okay? Oh, you're doing little rond de jambes to 2nd. You don't want, so what I'm getting is I'm getting these little, see how my leg is making a little circle? You want to go straight out and straight in at the angle of your foot. So the angle of your foot's pointing. So look, my 2nd, this leg that's in the air is forward of my supporting leg. Yes, and now come straight, no, here's what you did. Your leg was out here, perfect. Then you did this, and then you close it. You can't do that. That twists your leg, and that loses your placement. So leg is straight out. Now come straight in. Yes. Now go straight out and come straight in. Straight out at the angle of your foot and straight. Yes. So there's no out, over, back, out, in, front, and that's what makes that little rond de jambe. We don't want that. It's a direct line out, a direct line in, and everyone's 2nd's different. So your angle in and out from 2nd is different than mine. Okay, here we go. 2nd side. Seven, 8, and in, coupe, and in, yes, stop. There's a lot of elements, a lot of things putting together. You threw your arm across again. Did you feel that? Okay. The 3 to 2nd, there's no coupe. You just hold. Okay, because I want you to focus on straight out, straight in. Okay, and then remember the arm comes to the en bas to the arabesque line. Okay, once again. And in, coupe, and in, arm, and in, wait. Here we go, retiering. Plie, spring up, turn the head up, over the bar, up, plie, spring up, and balance this one. Arm goes high 5th. Grab your bar again for me. I'll say now, push your hips into the mirror. Yes, no, there we go. Yes, Susu. Let's go into long jumps. 7, 8, and lunge, Susu, brush out on point, close, fit. Second, Susu, brush out, close, straight. Brush, lunge, Susu, brush out, close, fit. Brush, second, close it back on demi. Brush out and close flat. Rond de jambe 1 and 2, 3, 4, 8 of them. Close back. Then we start the sequence to the back, and then you'll rond de jambe 8 the other direction. Okay? I'll call it out with you. Okay? So we lunge front, then you're up on demi point. You brush out on demi point as you close 50, lower through 50 straight legs. You do that front, side, back, side, and then you do 8 rond de jambes, and then we reverse it. Okay, here we go. Left hand at the bar. Six, 7, arm high, 5, 8, brush 1, Susu, brush out on demi point, close 5, brush, close front, brush out, close 5, brush arabesque. Where's the arm in arabesque? Brush arabesque, lower 5th, brush second, close back, brush out, close flat. Rond de jambes. Right leg is front, around. And it's slow, around. You're losing your whole inside hip. 1, rond around, and rond, 4 more. And keep that left thigh, turn facing me. Hold the turn out for the second, hold that middle. 2 more. Keep the knee straight, Brooklyn, as you rond de jambe, 1 more. Stretch it around, plus 5. Okay, thank you. All right. So for now, let's look straight ahead of us, because wherever you're looking, you're twisting your body away, okay? Make sure the knee does not relax at all through your rond de jambes, okay? It stays pulled up, thigh nice and straight, okay? Here we go. Let's do the other side, okay? Brush out, lift, flat. Brush second. Okay, right there, you took your second behind you, so watch my inside hip. You want like that? See how it twisted? That's not where your second is. So stand and fit for me. Arm in second. Hips under. Left arm forward. There. Now, look at the angle of the left foot and follow that angle out. Yes. Now, take your right finger twisting, Brooklyn. There you go. Close, fit, lower. Rond de jambe 1. Careful around. Now keep that left heel turned out. Left heel as you rond de jambe. Your left leg, Brooklyn. The one that's working, the one that's coming out and around. There you go. You're twisting your hips though. Better, yes. Yes. And that's proficiency and placement. One of the dance proficiencies. 1 more. Try to hold the turnout right here. Hold, close fit. Okay, got it. Got good corrections on the fly. Make sure as you go from the devant to the second, you don't turn the leg in there. You hold the turnout as long as you can. Also, think of reaching wide to the rond de jambe second. So just face your bar and take a rond de jambe through second, and I want you to feel like from the front to the second, you reach those mirrors. Reach those mirrors as you come around. Yes, and then to the back. Try the other leg. Reach around. Yes. Stand back in your fit for me. Watch when I taunt you. See how I stay crossed up here at my inner thighs? You're doing your tendu like that. It should go right in front of you like that. Yes. Now I'll show the other way. Stand at your hip, heel to toe. No. See, there was a little toe peeking out? Cross heel to toe. Yes. Now, stay attached at your inner thighs and just cross and tendu. There. Yes. Feel a little different? Okay. That's front. Amazing that front isn't so obvious. All right? Okay. Fondus. And let's face our body this way. Fondu. Up, in, out. Développé. 6. Right in front of you. Fondu. Retire. Turn in. Turn out. Now keep that tail under and follow the line of your knee, which is your second. Fondu. Up, turn in and out. Lift up over a table to your arabesque. And close and then stop. Then from here, we're going to pick up pas de bourrée to make your transition to the other side. So you do the exercise front side, back side, which is called en croix. You've heard that, right? Okay, then when you finish it, you pick up the back leg and coupe, and then you coupe, no. So if we're here, pick up the back leg, susu it, then front leg makes coupe, step to the side, the other leg makes coupe, and finish. Yep. But make sure you touch ankle, ankle, fifth. Ankle, ankle, fifth. Yes. Okay? All right, let's do it. You good? Fondu, retire, turn in and out, développé, plus fifth. And we do it on clock. So that very same thing, front side, back side. Okay, and then the picked up pas de bourrée is the transition to do the other side. Yep, you got it. That's inside. Okay?
Oh, it's the side.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
There you go. And then don't forget to make 2 coupes. So a regular pas de bourrée, you just go across like that. A picked up pas de bourrée, we're picking our feet up. And you've done both before, right? Okay. Six, 7, 8, 1. Retire, turn in, turn out, slow, développé, tonic. Okay, now, was that développé really in front of you? Because I didn't see that. Okay, so remember how we talked about those inner thighs hold their cross and their feeling in the tendu? Same thing in the développé. There, not quite. There, that's in front of you. Okay? And you can always practice that by standing in the bar facing the mirror. Okay, let's try it again. 6, 7, 8, fondu 1, retire 2, turn in, turn out, and développé. Very good. Tendu, lengthen as you close. Then lock the turn out, turn in, waistline parallel to floor. Now hold your left thigh as you développé, tight foot. Close, fit, and fondu, up, turn in. Now lift up over a table to the back, reach it, behind you, that's not behind you. There, fit, and 1 more, 2, in, out, keep your right hip down. Yes, close fifth, picked up, and up, up. Yeah, you didn't make the second coupe, didn't touch your ankle. Remember we talked about touching your ankle in each coupe? And coupe, coupe, then close. Okay, to the arabesque. Okay, so right leg is back. As you go to lift the back, think of a table like this, right behind you, and you must lift your thigh over that table. Nope, you dunked it. Here's what you did. You did just the opposite. You went down like this. See how my knee's going to kick the table? What I want is you to lift that thigh up. See, if there was a table here, I wouldn't kick it. Lift the thigh. Exactly. Yes. And then feel it's not quite behind you. So your shoulders are like this. One's down and one's forward. Bring this one back and bring this one up. So do the same thing, but don't torque your upper body. And what you're going to find, which will be something you'll worry about, you're not going to be able to lift your legs as high. You're going to feel contrived and held. But if you allow yourself those years of doing that, then you'll come out on the other side of the hill looking better. Does that make sense? So if you torque and twist it now to get it up, it's going to just be a disaster over time, and it's just going to always look like that. Okay, here we go. Second side. Heel to toe. I see your toe. Yes, that's your better line. Fondue. Retire. Turn it. Turn. Now keep your left hip down as you elevate to the front. Now lengthen it on the way in. So make your leg long on the way in. Bend up. Turn it. And don't let your left hip come up. There you go. Excellent. Close it back. Yes. Fondue. Up. Turn in. Now hip down. Now lift up over that table. Square your shoulders. Stretch it, stretch it, stretch it. Close back. Yes. Fondue. Up. Turn in. Left hip down. And elevate. Fondue. Close fifth. And sharp. Sharp. Plie soft. The plie is always going to be a soft. Okay, much better. Much better. One thing we'll talk about over time is you're lifting this hip and tail to développé second. You want to keep your hips parallel to the floor, and in this joint, the knee goes up, but not the hip and the tail. Okay? All right. Let's do grand mouvement. Actually, let's shoulder the legs. Let me see how have you done where we retire, you grab it, and you stretch the second plie. Have you done that before? No? Okay, so you're going to take inside of your leg, you're going to plie to the front, you're going to stretch the leg out to second, you're going to plie to the front, go second, then straight leg front and side, and your hips going to go back and in, then you're going to bend both knees and straighten both, and we're going to try to balance here in second, and then close it. Then from there, split. Okay, you're going to start on your left. You're right, you got it. And I'm going to call it out. Yep, and you split that direction.
Split?
An actual split.
Okay.
Yeah, or as close as you can get. Okay? Here we go. Left hand, fifth position, and I'll call it with you. I'll help you with it. Present arm to second. Arm triples down. Now, heel coupe. Up the retire first, then to the front. Stretch second. Tight foot, point that foot, Brooklyn. Plie to the front. Carry inside. Can you point the foot harder? Straight leg, there you go. Now you're gonna stick your butt out. Stick your butt out. Back under. Bend out of two. Good. Now see that right heel? Turn the right heel more. Yes. Now keep it there and stretch it. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Point hard. Let go. Lower fifth. Good, strong core. Good. Now gently into the splits. Thumbs flat. There you go. Nice. Good. Back it all the way. Good. Now take your shoulders and make them flat to that wall. There you go. And then just hold the floor. Jump just like that and just stay there and stretch. Make your back knee straighter. And can you point your front foot harder? And can you turn that front foot out? There you go. Now stretch like that and just hold it. Now from here, we're going to fouette to second. We're sitting on the stone, facing me. Yup. Square your hips. There you go. Now keeping those ankles, calves, and thighs turned out. We're going to pitch forward. Only as far as we can go. Holding the turn out. Good. Now touch the floor. Don't let your ankles turn in. Hold them out there. That's as far as you can go. Now, square your chest flat. Yeah, not quite there. Now you're going to stretch like that. Eventually, you'll lay on the floor, but you must hold the turnout. I don't want your legs to flop in when you go forward, okay? So just stay like so. Now bring your legs shoulder width apart. And you're going to go high fifth, and you're going to grab your toes. Inflection, and pull the heels up off the floor. And flat back. Very nice. Good. And now just reach around the heels and just drop the hip. There you go. And that'll be our stretch before we go to second. And then shake it out. And let's do the sequence on the other side.
Go. And that's just a standard shoulder to the leg. You'll see it many times as you dance. Here we go. And tira, very nice. Big plie to the front. To the front. No, I didn't really see the front. So I know that front's hard, but I really want to see it in plie to the front. And then stretch it, sag. Oh, excellent. There you go. Let's try that again. Seven. Unfold the joints of the arm. Stand up straight. One. Now big plie to the front. Now big stretch to the second. Stretch that knee. Good. Plie to the front. Point that left foot as hard as you can. Straight leg, everything. Excellent. Now hip out. Butt back. Good. Now bring it back under by pulling that left thigh back. Then over to the down to your hips are twisted, Brooklyn. Bring your right hip. And there you go. Now point hard. Let go. Lift your chin up. Lift your chin up. Point hard as you close fifth. And gently into your splits, holding the middle. Good. Turning the back leg out as you go down into it. Yup. Now as you go into this, don't let your front foot flex up on you, okay? Now you pitch forward, sit straight up and down in your torso. Good. Let's take a second. Rotate, go. Looking tall with the back and the head. Then pitch forward, flex the feet. Hold the turn out, see how your feet wanted to roll in. So go back, sit up straight. Now keeping either flex or pointed. Keep those ankles, calves, thighs turned out as you pitch forward. And if you can go further, that's great. You can. And then just touch the floor. There you go, just like that. And just be using your middle so that you hold your turn out. Nice. All right. Good placement on the stretch and sag. Let's take the bar. Let's move against the curtain. Grab the train. See how small the train. Can you do that on your own? Now let me help you. This needs really good. Grab some water. We're going to face our audience, tendu and fifth, and tendu and fifth, tendu and second, push and fifth, tendu and fifth, tendu and fifth, tendu, place second, tendu, and then we're in croisé. Then two devant, and two derrière, and picked up pas de bras we just practiced. Now the whole exercise again. Jump, 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 bump, jump, jump. Two front, two derrière, picked up pas de bras, finish where you started.
Okay, let's hear the music. So this is a practice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a second, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Was it 2 front, 2 back, and then you picked up hovering. Now, I noticed your elbows were lower than your wrists. You were like this, and I was like this. So elbows, palms aren't facing the floor. They're facing the audience, the mirror, but the elbows are always above the wrist, but not to the point of the shoulders. See, that's choreography. Okay. Elbows also bend. That's what they're made to do, so don't lock them. So think of that big beach ball that we're hugging and holding. It's a little better, okay? And over time, they'll get a little more the way you want them. I call it aesthetic. They'll be more aesthetic. Okay, here we go. One. Okay, so. That looked more like a tap step. I didn't really feel the brush from fifth and the brush back in. So stand back in your fifth position. Remember, you got it, heel to toe. Try not to twist the ankles. Okay, shaping the arms in second. Now, from that fifth, I need you to brush. Now brush back in, and now other leg, brush out, and now brush back in. Okay? Different. Just tendu means to brush. Okay, here we go. 6, 7, 8. Brush. Excellent. Press. Push. And again. Brush it. Brush it. Make sure you close all the way heel to toe. Heel to toe. And crossing. And derriere. Picked up hot gray. Yeah, okay. So let's look at our arms. Not bad. So you close to croisé. So we did 2 tendu devant. Bring the arm down up to tendu derriere. Now open the arms to second. Keep them in second. Yeah. So what you did is extraneous, lots of arms that didn't mean anything. And flow, finish. So my arms did a cushion of air catches the elbows. So they go palms up, and then air catches the elbows and they flow up that way, and then they soften back down. Yeah. So it's more graceful and more aesthetic. Aesthetic is the beauty of something. Here you go. 6, 7, 8. You want to do second side. Show me how you're going to present those arms. Do the arms you just said. Okay, and yeah, there you go. 6, 7, 8. Brush out, brush in, brush out, brush in, brush out. Press the floor, push up to sporty leg. Close it back, sweetie. Okay, yeah. So each one changes, even after the press, cross it to the back, change it. That's pretty good, but those were good. Why were those good? More grounded. And when you were grounded, that allowed you to articulate through your feet better, which will strengthen everything and just do what you want it to do over time. Okay, here we go. Which is a lot of stuff, but that's down the road. 6, 7, 8. Brush out. Brush in, shoulders. Press. Go. Brush out. Brush in. Are you hugging into the beach ball? 6, close, front. Croisé. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now arms open. Coupe. What did you do when you finished an activity? Yep, you got short and moved forward. Aha, yes. Every time you close in the fifth, the center, so quasi to me. There you go. You're in quasi, aha. And now tendu. And close fifth, yes. Aha. Now to the back. And same thing, closing that, yes. Okay, be careful that your hips stay in the corner of the box. You've learned that, right? Okay. Let's skip a little bit so we can kind of get a few more things here. Balance, pique, through, rise, releve, pirouette, land, balance, pique, through, releve, pirouette, and land. All right, so you've done balance. Okay, so balance is to balance one side to the other. We start with our knees bent, and we go up stage, down stage, then we make a nice plie before we pique in first arabesque, then we chasse through fourth, releve in fourth, plie in fourth, and you do an outward pirouette, land, make your B plus. Now, B plus is not over here, it's knee cross knee. Now, are your hips facing the corner of your box? Nope, you're facing the corner of my studio. I want a square. Yes, always a square when we say corner of the box. Hips face the corner of a square, not a rectangle. Okay? All right, let's mark it. So practice. 6, 7, 8. Balance, pique, through, releve, place, pirouette, and repeat. Okay? All right, let's see how that goes. So you're going to go past that pillar, start way up there. See that lamp that's hanging? Up, start under that. All right, so make a B plus for me. Okay. Balance, save, start. Again, balance, pique, through, land, okay, stay there, don't move. Okay, so this arm is way up high like so, let's lower it so it's in front of your face, so you're more, remember we talked about like being connected, I don't know if I know the previous class. We want to stay connected to the arm. Yes, let's take it back up here again. You don't even know it's there, right? Okay, now put it in front of you, and now it reads to the audience like you're making a specific shape. Like you're saying there's something right off there we can go out and look at. So that's your ending, okay? Balance is not bad. Okay, so you have the natural kinesthetic rhythm, which is a proficiency of coordination, which is good. You have that. So as you're doing your kinesthetic coordination here, now, before I take a pique, in order to pique, we must plie. So I'm missing the plie before we take a pique. You must always plie before a pique. Yep, now here's also what you're doing. You gave me a nice turned out leg, and then you turned it in to pique. Keep the angle as it was of the foot when you pique. Yes. Let's do this side again, thinking about those two corrections. Okay. Here we go. 6, 7, 8. 1, 2. Nice. Releve. Okay, good. Now, there's a shape to the arms when we're going to do a pirouette. The
have to be pretty, aesthetic. There's a curvature in both of my arms. What you did is you swiped and slapped at the air. It looked like you were trying to hit someone, okay? See how your side arm is like this? It's ready to just whip someone. Okay, curve both elbows, both arms. And then we're gonna open the first arm in a shape in second, and we're gonna chase the second one and make a beautiful circle. Yes, and then you threw that arm up there. Show me the beautiful circle, and then that finish that we talked about. Excellent, good. Let's do one more balance, one more sequence before the other side. Reverse everything. So your brain has to automatically do what we don't like to do, switch it off to the other side. Can you practice run? You got it? Okay. You can start in a little bit. Yeah. All right, now your hips are facing the corner of your box. Excellent. That's called B plus, where the two knees are touching like that. Excellent. Good start. 6, 7, 8. 1, 2. PK, releve, now shaping the arms, land it, again, balance, plie to PK, and show me the landing. Okay, are you connected to that arm? Is your chin line at the same angle as the arm is sloping upward? That's better, there you go, good, and I like the way both legs are evenly turned out. Can you straighten your back leg and put all your weight on the front leg? Can you drop your left tail down and under? Nope, down and under like that, yes. Now lift your chin up. There, that's your finish, okay? In 6 months or so, that's your finish. That's how it's going, 6 to whatever. The balance says we have curvature, arms, good. Now, as you go to plie to pique, show me that movement. Okay, so I'm getting a nice plie. Look down at your supporting leg for me. And as it turned out, it wasn't. It was parallel. You fixed it naturally. It's like you knew what I was going to say. Did you? You did? Awesome. Okay. So then, do it. Let me see. Exactly. So now you're using the turnout from the bar that we practiced. Okay? Let's do some subtakes. What's a subtake? Yep. Good. First, 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 tendu, and second, 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 close, fifth, changement. So we're doing 3 sets. Tendu, back where you started, okay? So first, 3 times, then tendu to second. Second, 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 3 sets, closest front. Fifth, 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 which are changements 3 times, tendu back after first. Okay? All right, let's do it. Here we go. Is there space between your heels so your calves aren't crushing? See, it's prettier to see all your calves, see your whole shape, and not have one calf look like it's broken. Make sense? That's not as pretty. Slap the floor. Remember we talked about the brushing. So you were in first, you finished in first, and then you didn't brush to second. What you did is you kind of did it like that. Okay? That's not it. That's correct. There we go. And first, second. You're right. Second point. Point. Now Tommy, brush it in. Arm high hip. Change. One plie, don't double plie. Tommy. Okay, when I say double plie, I'm getting this bounce. I'm getting, instead of plie, not, okay, changement sequence. Hold. Okay, now here's the angle of your body. Look at my body. Okay, remember we talked about that? Straight up and down. So you can check that out by going profile to the mirror. Turn and look sideways. Okay, so use the mirror to help you in the right ways. Okay, now we're going to do the other side. Okay, I think if we point our feet, the ends of toes, push them a little harder off the floor. Get off the floor and the whole foot is pointed. So do a point in the air for me. Just point the brush. Okay, so that full point has to happen every time you saute. All right. And point. Don't double down. Hold the plie. Brush. Second. And foot. Hold the plie. Yes. Do brush in. Change. Stand straight. Push the hips into the mirror. Don't double bounce. Hold the plie. Okay. So some of them have that double bounce. Do you know what I'm getting? Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's do our Grand Allegro. What's Grand Allegro? What does it mean? Grand is big. Allegro jumps fast. So big jumps. So we're your arms en avant. We're going to saute in first arabesque. We're going to thigh through and saute and passe. Saute in first arabesque and passe. First arabesque. See where my head changes? Okay. Yeah. Let's mark it. Practice it once. You're going to come straight across here. Okay, you did arms forth en avant. I want forth en out, so I want the arms to go up. You know, as you go to take that saute step, you want to turn that foot at the angle of your fifth, so not parallel, okay? We look to the arm in saute, then we look to the audience in passe. Okay, start back by the door. Yeah, all that space. So as I'm doing these sautes, where are my hips facing right now? To the yes. You did the whole thing with your hips facing here. So it was distorted the whole time. So my hips face the corner of my box. Then they turn and they face almost en face to front. But then they go back to that corner of my box, like you said. Okay? So be aware of that. Also, I saw, let's tendu with a straight leg in the back. Now, as you went to tombe to saute, at the last minute, you went like that, parallel. You understand what I'm getting at there? Okay, so think about those corrections, and let's do it again. Okay, good. That's just where I got here. You did make the correction. You made the correction of the hips nicely, but you didn't give me the turn out of that front foot as you went to tombe. Yes. Okay, now let's think about that on the second side. So go up there all the way behind, past the pillar, almost to the door. There you go.
and go past the other toe. Show me how you're going to take that first step. Yes, see the angle, how you placed or turned that leg? And why would we do that? We did the whole bar that way, right? So that's what it's for, to lead to the center, okay? Now that's going to take time. You're not going to fix that today or next month or the month after. But over time, you're working for that. Yes. Okay, you changed the arm. Let's go with just the arms. I have them specifically set for a reason. Okay, it's just the same arm that changes. Watch, it's just that upstage arm that makes all the changes. Yeah? Okay, yep. So you're just holding this one so you can think about just one arm at a time right now. And think about the hips and the shapes, okay? Let's try it again. Jump up, not out, but up. Yes, jump up, yes. Okay, so something to think about in all these steps. Some steps go straight up, some steps go out more, some go up and out. Okay, so let's think which these are. Because what I was getting at first was like a chug across there. And this is a simply up step. Okay, so this one, this first saute, is up and out. This one is straight up. You want to hit the ceiling. Okay, try it again thinking about that. So knowing which ones go up and out, which ones go out, which ones go up. So don't think I've got to travel everything, because it doesn't, that's not what happens. Okay, here we go. This goes up and out, this goes up. Up and out, straight up. There you go. Up and out, straight up. Up and out, straight up. Yes. So what happens is we get a feeling of up and out and up. There's a difference as opposed to out and out and out and out. It gets monotonous, boring. You know what I'm saying? So we vary things when we dance. Like in choreography, right? You're not going to do the same step for the whole solo. All right? Okay, so that's a good start. Let's stop our video. You want to say goodbye? And Renee.